Now listen carefully and answer questions
21 to 24.
21 to 24.
Joe, you know I'm giving a
Joe, I'm giving a
presentation in our
presentation
studies class next
in our film studies class
week. Yes.
next week.
Well, could we discuss it? I could do
Well, could we discuss it? I could do
with getting someone else's opinion.
with getting someone else's opinion.
Of course, Katie.
Of course, Katie.
What are you going to talk about?
What are you going to talk about?
It's about film adaptations of
It's about film adaptation of
Shakespeare's plays.
Shakespeare's plays.
I've got very interested
I've got very interested
in all the different approaches
in all the different
that film
approaches
directors take.
that film directors take.
Uh-huh. So I thought I'd start with Janet,
So I thought I'd start with
who's
Janet,
a professor of film and literature,
who's a professor of film, uh, who's a professor of film
and in one of his
and literature, and in one of his
books, he came up with a
books he came up with
straightforward classification
a straightforward classification
of film adaptations based on
of film adaptation based on
how faithful they are to
how faithful they are
the original plays and
so to the original plays and
novels.
novels.
I've already made some notes on that,
I've already made some notes on that,
so I just need to sort those
so I just need to sort those
out before the presentation.
out before the
I
presentation.
thought that next I'd ask
I thought that next I'd ask
the class to come up with
the, the class to come up with the
worst examples of
worst examples
Shakespeare adaptations
of Shakespeare adaptations
that they've seen
that they've seen
and to say why.
and to say why.
That should be more fun than having their favorite
That should be more fun than having their
versions.
favorite version.
Yes, I can certainly think of a couple.
Yes, I can certainly think of a
Right.
couple.
Next, I want to talk about Rachel Malco.
Next, I want to talk about Rachel Malco.
I came across something on the internet
I came across something on the internet
about her work on film
about her work on film
adaptations.
adaptation,
And I was thinking of showing
and I was thinking of showing some
some film clips to illustrate
film clips to illustrate
her ideas. Will
her ideas.
you have enough time, though, both
Will you have enough time to both
to prepare and during the presentation?
to prepare and during the presentation?
After all, I doubt if you'll be
After all, I doubt if you will be
able to find all the clips you
to find all the to find all the clips
want.
you want.
Perhaps you're right.
Perhaps you're right.
Okay, well, I'd better do some slides instead.
Well, I'd better do some slides instead.
Saying how various films relate
Instead, saying how various time relate
to what she says.
to what she says.
That should encourage discussion.
That should encourage discussion.
Next, I want to say something about how
Next, I want to say something about
plays may be chosen
how plays may be chosen for
for adaptation
adaptation
because they're concerned with issues of
because they're concerned with issues of
the time when the film is made.
the time when the film was made. The film is made.
You mean things like patriotism or the role of government?
You mean things like patriotism of the role or the role of government?
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's quite tricky,
It's quite tricky,
but I've got a few ideas
but I've got a few ideas
I'd like to discuss.
I'd like to discuss.
Before you hear the rest of the discussion,
Before you hear the rest of the discussion,
you have some time to look at questions 25 to 30.
uh, you have some time to look at questions 35 to 30.
Approaches.
Range of approaches
Make some comments on them.
and make some comments on them.
Do you know the Japanese film Ran?
Do you know the Japanese film Run?
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
It was based on Shakespeare's King
It was based on Shakespeare's
Lear, wasn't it?
King Lear, wasn't it?
That's right. It
That's right.
was a very loose
It was a very loose adaptation,
adaptation, using the same situation and story,
using the same situation and story,
but moving it to 16th century Japan
but moving it to 16th century Japan
instead of 16th century Britain.
instead of 16th century Britain.
So, for example, the king's daughters
So, for example, the king's daughters
become sons
become sons
because in Japanese culture at
because in Japanese culture
that time, women
at that time, women
couldn't succeed to the throne.
couldn't succeed to the throne.
Okay. I hope you're going to talk about the
I hope you're going to talk about the
1993 film,
1993 film of
Much Ado About Nothing. I think that's one
Much at much ado about nothing. I think that's one
of the best Shakespeare films.
of the best Shakespeare film.
It really brings the play to life, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It really brings the play to life, doesn't it?
yes, I agree. And I think filming it in Italy with
Yes, I agree. And I think filming it in Italy, Italy, where
where the play is set
the play is set,
makes you see what life was like at the time of the play.
Absolutely.
makes you see the time of the play.
Right. What's
Absolutely right. What's
next?
what's next?
Next, I thought Romeo and Juliet, the
I told Romeo and Juliet,
1906 film, which
The 1996 film.
Hee hee. You should try it too.